Has Calvin Reken retired yet at Calvin Seminary? I haven't checked lately, but I have a story or anecdote about being in one of Calvin Reken's classes when he was teaching at Calvin Seminary. Maybe he still is teaching there. I was a student, Master of Divinity, and one day I'm sitting in class. We actually had a test or a quiz on the Ten Commandments. I think we had to list all 10 commandments. You know, it was very childish. I thought it was like, this is amateur stuff, and we're in seminary. You know, we've already gone through college, got our bachelor's degrees. Some already had other degrees as well. I had 2 bachelor's degrees by that time and had taught school. And now we're in seminary class and he's having us write out the 10 commandments, you know, like memorize and recite. Old school stuff. So I'm just sitting there and I'm doing the quiz. And suddenly I notice he waves, or he gestures to the student in front of me to kind of move aside so that he could see me more clearly. It was an obvious gesture that he wanted to keep an eye on me because he wanted to make sure I wasn't cheating. How about that? You know, here I am on a Ten Commandments quiz in seminary. I already have 2 bachelors, been a teacher. He's going to check to make sure I'm not cheating. That was one of the moments when I was at Calvin Seminary that I knew I had to get out of there. They had started a narrative that was not flattering to me. Wherever they got their bad ideas about me, it was not true. And that was just one of the incidents. I'll talk about the other one in another video, but I hope he's retired because that was really mean to me. I come from a family, we have already 2 Christian Reformed Church pastors that went through Calvin College and Seminary. My grandfather, late grandfather, as well as my dad. So we have legacy there, and I've been a pretty good citizen and a pretty good student. I graduated with honors from Calvin College. So he had singled me out without cause, without justification. I don't know where he got his bad impression or idea about me because I hadn't done anything bad in the classes at seminary. I hadn't been a bad student or a bad citizen. Just minding my own business, doing my classwork. Did well in all my classes. Did well in Greek and Hebrew. Wasn't cheating. So for him to single me out on a 10 Commandments quiz of all things, it was intended to not only make me look bad, but make me feel bad. And he made sure I saw him gesture to that student. So he was trying to make sure I knew he had a low impression of me. He wanted to make sure I knew he had a low impression about me. So that tells you something. This was not about him having a real concern about me cheating as much as it was about him trying to show me that he wasn't impressed with me. And that wasn't the only professor who was doing that. And it was really mean and cruel of them and uncalled for because I hadn't done anything to deserve that kind of treatment. So after that, I knew I was going to leave. There were a few other things that also added to it. And I have to say shame on Calvin Reken as well as a few of the other professors there. I mean, I don't know how they can justify their meanness towards me. It was not called for, and so I say shame on Calvin Reken and a few others who I'll talk about later. And I hope he retires. You say, oh, how can you say that about a nice Christian Calvin professor. Well, I can say that because he wasn't being Christian. He wasn't showing the fruit of the Spirit. He was not being kind. He was not being considerate. He was trying to make me feel bad. He wasn't concerned about me cheating. He was concerned about trying to make me feel bad and look bad. And it was just very, very, very wrong of them for what they did. So I hope he retired, and I hope he's moved on, because he shouldn't be working with students, as well as a few others there at Calvin Seminary.